Hi, I am Dale Crafts, and I'm in love with Maine's outdoors. Getting out here is half the fun. When you're out here fishing the hard water, whether it's solo or with friends, Spirit of Maine has a way of reminding us why we're here. So come on out here, enjoy the challenge, and return home refreshed.
Hi, I'm Dave Burns, former state senator from Washington County and former state trooper, and I live here in Washington County, one of the greatest places in the state of Maine. I'm endorsing Dale Crafts because I believe that Dale is one of the most honest, hard-working, business-oriented family men that I know. And I know that Dale, with his conservative values and his hard-working ethics, will be the best person to represent the 2nd Congressional District in Congress. I hope you'll join me on July 14th and vote for Dale Crafts. Thank you.
I'm Brian Smith, retired law enforcement, town selectman, life member of the NRA, avid sportsman. I've known Dale Crafts for the last 7 years and found him to be an effective legislator, successful small businessman, a protector of the sanctity of life, and a protector of our Bill of Rights, especially the First and Second Amendment. I endorse him for Congress, and hope you do too.
In a representative form of government, you need somebody who understands what their responsibilities are. You need somebody that has the experience, has the moral compass, has the ability to fight when it's necessary, but also work across aisles and across the fence when it's important. I think what's resonating with people is they're tired of the divisiveness. They want somebody who's solution-oriented, somebody who will continue the principles of bold and respected leaders like Ronald Reagan, Paul LePage, those who have gone on to create the necessary changes that help us. My name's Andre Cushing. I'm now a county commissioner. I've served in the legislature and I've served at the local level. And as a lifelong Mainer and a proud grandparent of now 4, I'm looking to the future and looking for the type of representative who will really take to heart what Mainers need and what we have to fight for in the coming years. In the coming election, what will you want in your representative to Congress? I know I'm looking for somebody who's willing to stand by their principles, work hard for the citizens of Maine, and listen to what the needs are of the folks back home. That's why I'm supporting Dale Crafts for our nominee to Congress in the 2nd District in the June primary. I invite you to join me in voting for Dale.
Hi, I'm Randy Greenwood. I live in Wales, Maine, in Androscoggin County. I've had the distinct privilege of being a public servant most of my adult life. I've been a town selectman. I served as a county commissioner for 8 years. I served in the 127th legislature with Dale Crafts. It is instrumental to have people like Dale Crafts who will guide us to show us how to get things done. Dale had the experience. Not only was he a successful businessman, a wonderful father to all of his children, he took his oath to office with heart. Dale served his community, served his country, served his family. I got to tell you, a man of faith with the faith that Dale has, that's what we need in Washington. And that's why I'm supporting Dale Crafts for U.S. Congress.
a lot of the things that happen in other parts of the world, even other parts of the country, we don't see them in northern Maine, in this part of Maine in particular. I am a fan of history. I used to be a history teacher in the high school, in fact. And having taught history and having studied a lot of Maine history, I have appreciated a lot of the writings of former governors of the state of Maine. And I remember reading about even Joshua Chamberlain as governor, talking about those special blessings that we have here in Maine. How many of the things that plague the rest of the country don't reach the state of Maine, and how the people in Maine are very resilient, very strong. We want to be able to continue our individual freedoms. They have all the ones, the usual ones that are listed. The Second Amendment rights, the right to keep and bear arms, for example, the freedom of speech. A very important one to me personally and to the people that I deal with is the freedom of religion. And that's a cornerstone of our whole culture and society. And we want to see that preserved. Government doesn't give that to us, it simply protects that right so that we can practice that. I'm Pastor Bob Emmerich from Plymouth, Maine, pastor at Emmanuel Bible Baptist Church here in our community, and I want to help preserve the best traditions of Maine, and I know that one of the best ways we do that is by electing a man like Dale Crafts to represent us in Congress. I've known Dale for a lot of years. I've worked with him in the legislature. I've seen him in his business practices. I've worked with him in a variety of different things, including the Congressional Prayer Caucus, just a lot of a wide variety of things, most of all, a very close friendship. I've seen Dale under a lot of pressure in a lot of different ways. I've seen him when he's facing a lot of adversities, and I see him when he's enjoying himself immensely as well. Dale's very consistent, a man of strong convictions, humble, successful, but he's a good man, and he's what we need in Congress. I believe Dale Crafts is going to be a real statesman representing the 2nd District of the state of Maine, and I'm going to do everything I can to help him get elected.
If the community gives to you, being in business particularly, then you are obligated to give back to the community. I looked at it and wound up getting involved community-wise. I was on many different committees. I was on a budget committee and all that. I was one of the people that actually started First Park. That was an experience and a half, was getting First Park started. And I'm glad we did, because it produced, the main thing is not taxes or anything else, it is jobs. I was 6 years in the House of Representatives in Augusta. And again, it was, the main thrust was all about jobs. I wound up 6 years on the Insurance and Financial Services Committee. We did a lot of work. We got a lot of good things happened and done. And the 6 years that I spent there, I worked a lot with Dale Crafts. Dale was a great guy. We worked together on different projects well and stuff like that. And his whole concept basically was kind of like the same of mine. It's all about the people and all about the state of Maine, period. Hi, my name is John Paciotti, and I am voting for Dale for U.S. Congress because I know Dale will go out there and Dale will vote his conscience. He will vote for the state of Maine and for the people of Maine and for the people he serves, period.
These folks that come to this fishing derby are real folks. They have real families, real wives, and they have real jobs. And they work all week so they can come and spend the day with their families to enjoy what we have in this state, what God gave us to do here. And it's just very nice to see all those people, that whole group of people.
Oh yeah, what's today?
They were all around, all having fun. Everybody's laughing. There wasn't a whole bunch of booze there. There wasn't, just people enjoying the day. Now it was supposed to pour and rain.
Yeah,
and they're all there.
Yeah.
They're all Maine people. They're honest, hardworking, honest people. Us to send you to Washington to represent them, you know them. You know who you're working for.
Well, I can tell you, I've been coming up north, and I'll just tell you, when I got hurt in 1983 and had my motorcycle accident, my brother Randy. I got out of rehab. I was in there for three months. Well, that November, he wanted me to go up Moosehead and take me hunting with him.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, he was feeling bad for his brother, and,
Right.
you know, and he knew I liked to hunt. And he said, well, you're going to come with us. We're going on a hunting trip.
Right.
Well, that was the first trip. And I bought myself a brand new 30-06, you know, and been coming up ever since. And I can tell you that coming to Maine and coming up north and coming up to this beauty like up here,
Yep.
it re-energizes you.
Absolutely.
It makes you get away from, you know, a lot of times you don't even have cell phone coverage. You get away from that.
Yep.
And you come up in the rivers. I mean, look at this Maine, the rivers and the streams and the native trout and you know, the Kennebec River with the fishing that's here.
Yep.
It's just incredible. I mean, Maine has so much to offer for the Maine people. And I'm so glad that I'm hoping and praying that I'll go to Washington to represent this place,
Yep.
because this is the most amazing place, you know, to live.
Yep, it is.
And the stuff that you're doing with the veterans and the outdoors, the stuff that you're teaching, and that's what it's about. You know, it's not the hustle and bustle that we see down in the crazy life.
No.
You know, up here is where you can live, well, like you call it, the real Maine.
The real Maine.
And
Exactly.
it is.
Yeah.
And so, just thank God for this place.
Absolutely.
Hello, my name's Gary Hilliard. I live here in Belgrade, Maine. Spend most of my time these days walking in the woods and enjoying my 5 Labrador retrievers. I served in the Maine legislature for 2 terms. I got to know Dale Crass quite well. We served on the Inland Fisheries and Wildlife Committee together in the 127th legislature, and that's where I really got to know Dale. As I spent time with Dale, I realized that he has a tremendous business background. He started and operated several businesses in the past, employed many people here in Maine with great success. So I really appreciate Dale's business background and how hard he's had to work and the obstacles he had to overcome to achieve the success that he has. On a legislative level, by the time I got in the legislature, he'd already served a couple of terms. And I found out real quick that he was a go-to guy in the legislature if you needed help with something or you needed to learn how to do something, which new legislators struggle with sometimes. But I remember early on in my first term, early in the session, I had a fairly high visibility bill going on, and it went well in committee, and it was going well in the House, but I really hit a brick road with that bill in the Senate. It just wasn't happening. So I said, who do I need to talk to? Well, I went and talked to Dale one afternoon, told him my predicament, and he immediately said, I'll help you out with that. And I figured I'd hear back from him or get back with him in 3 or 4 days, and maybe he'd tell me he had a little bit of success or whatever. But 7:30 the next morning when I showed up in the legislature, there was Dale, waved me down. I went over and talked to him. He says, your bill's all taken care of in the Senate. Well, I kind of questioned that in my mind, but at the same time, I said, if Dale says it's done, I know it's probably done. Come to find out, it was all taken care of in the Senate. The bill passed with ease. It went under the hammer in the House and the Senate. And Governor LePage signed it into law. So I learned real quickly how successful Dale was in the legislature. I shouldn't have been surprised because he's been that way all his life in everything he's done. I think that Dale, running for U.S. Congress, has all the background anybody needs. He has years of successful business experience. He has a great family that supports him, and he has all the government experience he'd ever need, obviously in the legislature, but he's been involved in town committees and things like that all his life. I am supporting Dale Crass for the United States Congress, and I urge you to do the same thing. Thanks for the time.
When I started this, because aircraft construction is different than heavy equipment, and I've welded on heavy equipment most of my life with an arc weld, and you can't use that on this. The old days, the only way you could weld on aircraft was with gas welding with a torch and acetylene, oxygen acetylene, and I hate that. I never could do a good job. So now, because technology's gone in leaps and bounds, and another approved method is with a TIG welder. And so what I did before I bought the plans and before I got into this, I bought a TIG welder and I taught myself how to use it. And it's an art in itself. If you've got to just pay attention wicked close, because you'll be burning holes in the tubing. But if you do it properly, the welds are stronger than the steel. Hi, my name is Brian Hobart, and I want to talk a little bit about Dale Crafts. Dale and I had a lot in common right from the beginning. Like to hunt and fish in the House of Representatives, Dale sat right behind me, so we were talking all the time because we sat right together. And he's got way more experience and common sense. He's been a town councilor, and he's been in the legislature for 4 terms, and that's more than enough experience right there, because he understands the problems on the town level, and he understands the problems on the state level, and that in itself is that qualifies him right there. On every level, Dale has that experience, and he's got so much energy, and he inspires everybody that he comes in contact with. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll be inspired to support Team Crafts.
It's great to be with all of you today, Domainers from near and far, the incredible Dysart family, to all my fellow Americans gathered here. It is great to be back in the Pine Tree State, just 15 days away from a great victory all across northern Maine and all across America. And it's also an honor for me to be here with a man of personal courage and conviction, who I'm told his roots in New England run all the way back to the Mayflower. He's a lifelong businessman. He's represented Lisbon in the Maine House of Representatives. He's all about faith and family and freedom, and he is going to be the next congressman from the 2nd Congressional District. Join me in thanking Dale Crafts for stepping up for America.
Yeah.
What a great day down here this morning at BIW. You know, I worked down here back in 79, 80, 81, I think it is, Department 25. And it was great greeting all the people coming to work early this morning. You know what? This is the best builders in the world right here. Bath build the greatest boats. And we got to make sure that we continue to build them. That's why this election is so important, that we got to make sure that we re-elect Susan Collins, because she has done so much for BIW and BIW workers, and we need to continue to do that. The other thing is, people are really, really concerned about the direction of our country. The people that stopped and talked to me with concerns was incredible. What about a bunch of great workers down here doing a great job? And we got to continue to move forward and take back America's freedoms and liberty. We got to grow our economy to a place where we can continue to hire people with better benefit packages, better health care programs, and time off. And this is what we got to do. And by re-electing our President Donald Trump and making America great again, and making the world market more of a fair trade instead of an offside, we've been ripped off. I loved it when President Trump said we've been ripped off long enough. But I hope November 3rd you get out and you vote to protect these BIW workers, to make America great again, and to protect our Second Amendment rights, our freedoms, our liberties. That's what we need to do. It's not the politicians that have the power unless you give it to them. It's the people, we the people, that get out and vote and decide who our leader's going to be, and decide whether we're going to be free or we're going to be in bondage. And I believe in freedom. That's what I'll fight for in Washington, D.C. I ask you to vote for me November 3rd, and we'll keep America free and great. Thank you so much. They've done, that we can go out and vote, and we can determine the direction of this country and get it back on the same path that made it great. So you be an overcomer, I'll be an overcomer, and we'll make a difference. And these people are out riding today to be an overcomer for someone else. It's just amazing what you can do if you set your mind to it. I really appreciate you today. This is the problem. The politicians don't have the power unless you give it to them. That's right. It's we, the people, that will rise up and take back our country. So let's all together rise up, tell our neighbors, thank you so much for stepping up and writing a check, because that's what it takes. We got to get out there. Jared, I know everybody's saying, where's your ads, where's your ad? Don't worry, you're going to get sick of it. Okay? But I want to introduce again, and let him speak and fire her up, Don Jr., thank you. I don't know if I want to stand here and smell. Were you wearing that all day? Of course. Well, Dale, thank you very much. And you know, you're 100% right. The left does act like a chameleon. You know, they do that, and I say, you know, you have to look at today's Democrat Party. This is not your grandparents' Democrat Party. This is not your parents' Democrat Party. This is a socialist Marxist party. You can tell that by the people who Joe Biden's surrounding himself with, but more importantly, you can tell that by the platform that he's adapted. He's taken Bernie Sanders' platform. It's not a moderate platform, but they like Joe Biden because they can sell to people in Maine and people in Pennsylvania and the Rust Belt that it's moderate Joe. Thank you guys so much. It's just great to be here. Get this man elected, okay? I've never seen anything like it. He's just had his amazing family that have put themselves, they want to make America even greater again, and they're working tirelessly for us. And this is about us. It's not about the politicians, it's about the people, we the people, that can win back and take back our country and our state. So I want you to give the biggest hand applause and yell as loud as you can to welcome Don Jr. to the state of Maine. Slow down there. All right, none of that 8-year talk. Let's just get through 2020 first. We're going to raise some money for the veterans, the Pine Grove Veterans Program. It's up by Bingham. It's over in Pleasant Ridge. Bob, Howe, and Andrea been doing this since the 76, I believe, to help vets to get out and enjoy the wilderness, bear hunt, deer hunt, fish, rabbit hunt. So make sure you go online and donate to Pine Grove Program to help a vet to get out and bear hunt, deer hunt. So let's do it. So we're going to raise some money today. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to just make this all about the veterans. Oh, this is beautiful. This is Maine. We're up by Katahdin. When you go up to northern Maine, this is where it's at. This is where I come hunting, fishing. Man, I love it up here. And to be able to be up 11,000 feet and to be able to see it from 11,000 feet and then free falling, hey, what's more thrill than that? This is going to be an awesome day. Looking forward to it.
Well, what's going on, Brad? What are we here to do today?
We're gonna skydive.
First time?
First time ever.
How are you guys feeling about that?
This is awesome. Look at the weather, look at the scenery. Great crew, you guys rock. This is Dale Kraft, next congressman for the 2nd Congressional District right here, baby. Bring it on.
All right, we're going up 10,000 feet. Free fall for about a mile, 120 miles an hour. You ready to do it?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get going.
Dale, how you doing, sir?
So we're awesome. Back of
All right, what are we doing here today?
We're going to jump out of a plane. We're going to jump about 10,000 feet, and we're going to enjoy the scenery and I call the adrenaline. That's what I'm looking for.
All right, perfect. Tick it off the bucket list, right?
That's right, off the bucket list.
And jumping out of this beautiful aircraft right here.
Right here.
Gorgeous. With this crazy guy over here.
We're ready.
All right, is there anything else you want to say before we go, Dale?
No, I hope that you see this, that you'll get excited and come up and do the same thing.
Perfect. Let's go have some fun.
That's a thumbs up to the canopy on the left. All right, my friend. Here's the fun part. Number one, obviously, the other one.
Buddy, what did you think? Good job, all right.
Thank you. Awesome. Wow, man.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice job. All right, Dale.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, this was awesome. Wow, I'll tell you what, you got to get up here and do this. This is a thrill. Talk about adrenaline. Woo! When you go out of that plane, it's amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. This is an amazing place. You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
really
cheers.
Well, I'll tell you, the good part about today is we wanted to bring a lot of awareness and attention to what I'm going to say my good friend right here, Bob Howe, and his wife Andrea. I met him years back, and we served on the Sportsman Alliance and Maine board and become good friends. And over the years, I've watched this amazing work that they do for EMTs and veterans and people, even people in chairs and people with disabilities. You know, I see some pictures you guys post on Facebook where guys are sitting, you know, on a track chair, sitting in a blind, bear hunting and deer hunting and all the things you do over the years. And that's really what it's about. Is you know what? As Christians, we serve people, and he's a servant. And so it was great to be able to come up here to fill something that was on my bucket list, and that was to jump out of an airplane. And wasn't planning on that, and but it was time to do it. And then we thought about how can we help. And the first thing I thought of for a program was you guys. That we could raise some money.
Thank you very much.
But I want Bob to talk more about what he does, all the things he's done, what over the years, and what 76?
76.
Yeah, I started in 76. Yeah.
And it wasn't a program then, it was just me.
Yeah.
You know, I said, well, I got to do something, because I wasn't in the service, and it just didn't work out. And everybody's got something to do, and this is what I do, and I don't need anything from it. It's just what I was served to do. God said, Kate, this is what I want you to do, and this is what I do. And we try to change as many lives as we can using the healing tools of the wilderness. Let it be in the water, or in the woods, or in the field. There's so many people that need peace in their life, and that's where it is. So, over the years, we've taken thousands of veterans, policemen, and firemen, and we've changed so many lives. I could just tell you story after story of people that their life was changed because of this one fishing trip. It's just incredible.
I can't imagine the stories.
It's unbelievable.
Can't imagine the stories.
No.
I know, when life gets stressful, where's the place to go? Right? Get out in the woods, right?
That's it.
And I think you told me one year you took out nearly 500.
Yep.
That you fed them, you took them, you lodged them, and it didn't cost them a dime.
Not 1 cent.
And that you raised all your money. No federal dollars come in.
None.
This is money that you raised.
Right.
And that's amazing.
Well, that's what we do here. And I always ask God, I say, hey, I got this going on and I need some help. You got to help me. And
there you go.
What shows up? Every damn time. Not one time did he not ever show up.
Always
so
provide.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat. So the more he kept showing up, the more stuff that happened.
The more kept
wow,
going.
he is with me in the boat. We need Dale Kraft to represent the American people. He really does represent the working man and women in this country. He has a true heart, he's honest and trustworthy, and it's the type of guy we really need in Washington. Not any more politicians, we need real people there, because we have real problems there.
Hey, let me tell you what I experienced. A very moving moment as I was headed to Columbia Falls. When I come over that rise in my big red truck and saw red, white, and blue down both sides of the road American flags, and to see the pledge on the post as you go by, as you can read the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States, and to see them veterans lined up waving the American flag and watching people toot and give the thumbs up. That's what just motivates me inside to do what I do and get up every day and fight for what we have and the freedoms and the liberties that we've been given. We need to preserve that. That's what motivates me. I'm excited to be out doing this every single day. Thank you. Hey, you gotta come in, you gotta take a look at what's going on here. We're excited. This is the headquarters, campaign headquarters. We got so many volunteers tonight. This is volunteer night. Come on in, check this out. This is real exciting. We got roll calling going on, look at this. Thank you so much.
Hi, Dale. Yeah, we're working hard to get you elected come November.
Oh, I appreciate it. I just get so excited when I see you going on. Thank you so much.
You're
Keep up the hard
welcome.
work. We're gonna win this.
Thank you.
All right, let's go down here. Look at this office over here. We got another volunteer that's working diligently.
Hey.
Yeah, making
how
the calls.
you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm so excited about all the hard work that's going on. We're gonna win this November.
We are.
Thank you for this kind of hard work. Thank you. All right, let's get down. We got another. Look at this over here. We got some more workers over here. Wow, they're going there and putting signs together. Oh, thank you, ladies. Look at that, huh? Oh, this is how we're going to win this November. That's right. We're excited about this. Look at this. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. Volunteer night. All right. Let's get down and check out the next office. We got all kinds of stuff happening here. All right, let's go down to this office. We got more workers. Look at this. We got more workers in here. Look at this. They're right hard at it. They're getting down all the handouts going on here. We're going to win this. Thank you for all your help. This is how it happens right here. Boy, we're excited. Awesome. Great job. Thank you so much. Well, we got another office here. Look at this. We got more workers in here. Look at that. They're getting out all the flyers. Hey, thank you for your help and your volunteering. This is what it's going to take. Good job. Wow. And we got other people over here and they're working on. Look at this, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to spin around here like this, and we're going to just thank all these people for helping tonight. This is how we're going to win this November. There's so much enthusiasm going on in this election. This is how we're going to win back the 2nd District. That's how we're going to elect Trump and right down the whole ticket. Right down the Senate, the House. This is it. Thank you so much for all your help and all your volunteering. Keep up the good work. Oh, wait just a minute. Yeah. Oh, hey, hello. Yeah. Thanks for volunteering. Well, hello. Hey, we had quite a day today in my office. We've been in there calling all day, working on the campaign. Called over 84 people today, just trying to work very hard so we can do really well this November 3rd. But I want to talk to you a little bit tonight about what's going on. We're at very much a crossroad in this nation. And you see what's going on in these cities around here, and you look at what the left progressives want to do. They want to take our liberties and our freedoms away. They want open borders. They want to defund the police. I don't know about you, but I don't understand that thinking whatsoever. We have got to protect America. We got to protect our freedoms and our liberties. And so I'm asking you tonight, if you would go to dalecraftforcongress.com, because we have got to make sure that we win the 2nd District and send someone down to Washington, D.C. that believes just like you and I that can make a difference. If you go on there and donate and volunteer, you might be able to put some signs out for me. You might be able to get on a phone bank. You might get out and just talk to people. But we need your help. We also need to raise enough money that we can put the TV ads out and get my message out on freedom and liberty. So if you want to go on and donate $1, $5, $10, whatever it is, if enough of us do it, it'll be enough to get the job done. You know, this beautiful evening, after working all day, it was time to get out and get on my lawnmower. You know what? That's how we do it in America. We get it done. So I'm asking you to help me get it done. And thank you again for listening. I hope you'll help out. dalecraftforcongress.com. And thanks again.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Pick up my palm card and just learn about Dale Crafts here. You know, our volunteers will come here to help in this area, to get out door to door, and you know, it's a working headquarters. So that's why we have it.
What's the central message your campaign is trying to get out of the funds?
Well, the central message is we need to get America great back and economy back up and get back to making America great again. You know, the hard-working people of the 2nd District, you know, there's lots happening with this pandemic, stuff that's going on, and we really need to, first and foremost, we got to get people back making a living, providing a family, keeping their businesses open. You know, that's what makes the American dream happen. And so we get the economy up and going first and foremost. With my business experience, you know, I really am a firm believer in freedom and liberty, that people can start up businesses, not be overburdened by government regulation, but actually to be free to live and provide for their families.
What do you think is the #1 issue for Mainers this election year?
Well, it's the economy. There's no question. I mean, you know, we went from an economy that was, you know, booming. It was tough to even hire people in small business because everybody was working. You know, unemployment's up across the nation. Unemployment's up here. You know, one thing about the 2nd District is there's a lot of little small businesses up there. Sometimes it's just one family with a couple of people, a couple of family members. There's so many of them, and that's how they survive here in the 2nd District, a lot of areas. And then you got more condensed areas around here, like the Bangor area, which the economy was flourishing. And so a lot of restaurants, small businesses are really suffering right now because our tourists haven't been here. We really got to turn it around and get Maine back on track. I think that's the first and foremost. You know, we really need to get to a place where we have affordable, quality health care for people. I mean, the health care is a big issue with a lot of people. I'm a firm believer in the free market. I believe, being a businessman, when you're in competition, and I have competition in my business, and you know what, when you provide good service for people and you provide a good quality product, usually what happens is that competition brings a better quality and actually brings an affordable price. And that's something we're missing with the healthcare. And I want to work towards more of that people have a choice to buy their healthcare all across the nation and not just limited to a couple of healthcare companies.
We're all set.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, everyone. I wish we could all be together, but because of the COVID-19, we have to be social distancing. This election is going to be the most important election of our lives. The Democrats have completely gone off the rails, and we need to make sure that we elect freedom-desiring candidates. And Dale Craft is my candidate for the 2nd CD in Maine. And the reason I'm endorsing Dale is very simple. He has life experience, he has political experience, he has business experience, and I believe he's the best seasoned candidate at this time in our history. And I urge you all to give him a hard look. He's a soft-spoken man, but he's a very principled and honest individual who has been, as a legislator, someone that I could depend on for 8 years. So please give Dale a good look at the polls on July 14th.
Well, I'll tell you, I lived the American dream. You know, I came from a traditional home, American traditional home, which was a mom and a dad in the home that both loved me and cared about me, that believed in the principles of freedom and entrepreneurship. My dad, my dad went to work every day, and he was hard work, worked long hours, but mom was home. You know, she was always in the house, always cooking a meal, always watching out for us kids. But us kids, we could get up in the morning and say, Mom, we're going down to the recess, a mile or two down the road, and get down there, and we used to get with all my buddies, and we would, you'd line up and you'd pick two captains, and you had to decide which team you was going to be on as you got picked to play baseball for the day or wiffle ball. You could get on your bicycle and ride all around town and knew that you were safe. The police officers in the neighborhood, they would stop by and say hello and, see how your day's going. And it was just a safe place here in America. There was law and order, and people respected people. People watched out for their own kids. You watched out for your neighbor kids when they came over. And it was like the whole community had moms and dads all over the community looking out for each and everyone's kids. That's the American dream that I grew up. You didn't worry, your mom didn't worry when you was going to take off and get on your bike and ride around town and hang out with your friends. That's So when I get to Washington, I can tell you this. I have core beliefs, convictions, what I was taught, what I was brought up with, and how I saw America. And you know what? It was on that moral compass, constitutional, free America that we have. Something that we see disappearing at a rapid rate. When I go down to Washington, D.C., I will stick to the very...
Hi, I'm Garrett Mason. I'm former state senator for Androscoggin and Kennebec County and a 2018 candidate for governor. And I'm supporting Dale Crafts for Congress.
My name is Jeff Timberlake. I'm a state senator. I'm the Senate Republican Assistant Leader. And I've been with Dale Crafts, as I say, for 6 years. And what he taught me was to never give up.
I'm Deb Sanderson, and I fully support Dale Crafts and his bid for Congress.
Ever there's been a time in our country's history where we need to clean up Washington, it's now. And let me tell you, a Mainer like Dale Crafts is just the man for the job. I'm Lance Harville. Have a great day.
I'm Rick Mason. I'm representative of the great people of the town of Lisbon. And I can't think of anybody better to be U.S. Congressman than Dale Crafts.
Hi, I'm Charlie Webster from Farmington. I'm a small businessman up here. I retired recently as an oil burner repairman, but I spent 40 years in politics. I was elected to the House and the Senate. I was state party chairman. I'm currently the county commissioner from Franklin County and District Number 2. But I'm supporting Dale Crafts for a lot of reasons, mainly because he's met a payroll.
Hi, I'm Russ Black, and I'm here today talking to you because I am a lifelong resident of the state of Maine. I'm also a farmer, a businessman, and also a state senator for Franklin County. And I'm here today supporting Dale Crafts.
My name's Wayne Markey. Like I said, I'm the third and fourth generation potato grower, potato farmer in Maine, and I support Dale Craft.
Dale Craft, honestly, is an amazing, amazing man. If you look at his life history, that man deserves to be in Washington.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. I'm endorsing Dale Crafts. Dale's the type of guy, he's very thoughtful, he's caring, he's compassionate, but he's competent. Dale has a breadth of knowledge and experience that's grounded in small business.
I'm Brian Smith, retired law enforcement, town selectman, life member of the NRA, and rabid sportsman. I've known Dale Crafts for the last 7 years and found him to be an effective legislator, successful small businessman, a protector of the sanctity of life, and a protector of our Bill of Rights, especially the First and Second Amendment. I endorse him for Congress.
Hi, I'm Dave Burns, former state senator from Washington County, and former state trooper, and I live here in Washington County, one of the greatest places in the state of Maine. I'm endorsing Dale Crafts because I believe that Dale is one of the most honest, hard-working, business-oriented family men that I know.
My name's Andre Cushing. I'm now a county commissioner. I've served in the legislature and I've served at the local level. I'm supporting Dale Crafts for our nominee to Congress in the 2nd District.
Hi, I'm Randy Greenwood. I live in Wales, Maine, in Androscoggin County. It is instrumental to have people like Dale Crafts who will guide us to show us how to get things done.
Hi, my name is John Paciotti, and I am voting for Dale for U.S. Congress because I know Dale will go out there and Dale will vote his conscience. He will vote for the state of Maine and for the people of Maine and for the people he serves.
Hi, I'm Pastor Bob Emmerich from Plymouth, Maine, pastor at Emmanuel Bible Baptist Church here in our community, and I want to help preserve the best traditions of Maine, and I know that one of the best ways we do that is by electing a man like Dale Crafts to represent us in Congress.
Us to send you to Washington to represent them, you know them. You know who you're working for.
Hello, my name's Gary Hilliard. I live here in Belgrade, Maine. I think that Dale running for U.S. Congress has all the background anybody needs. He has years of successful business experience. He has a great family that supports him, and he has all the government experience he'd ever need, obviously in the legislature, but he's been involved in town committees and things like that all his life.
Hi, my name is Brian Hobart. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll be inspired to support Team Crafts.
God bless America. I'll tell you, God has blessed America. You know, to be up here in Guilford, Maine, and have the president come through with his motorcade, and seeing all these people from all walks of life has been just an amazing day up here. And the patriots came out, people that believe in freedom, people that have the beauty to be able to go out and vote and exercise their freedom. You know, we all need to do all we can to fight for these freedoms that we see going away way too fast. And you know what? We need to reopen Maine. We need to reopen America. We need to just be ourselves, our own adults. You know, the government's place is to inform us and maybe give us the information that we need, and then not take our freedoms away and allow us to do things like today. There was thousands of people here today exercising their love for America, their love for their president, all walks of life. I talked to I don't know how many veterans that had fought for us and made it possible that we could be here today and do this. It's beyond words, what I experienced here today up in Guilford, Maine. God bless our country, God bless our America, and God bless you.
Days, okay? And they're just upset because they're going to pay for that out of their pocket. But you might assume that it's something unrelated. So your skill of listening and be able to hear what somebody's saying.
You know, I find that with almost everything in life. When you look somebody in the eye and you care, they pick you right up on that. And that usually takes away that edge right there. Instantly takes away the edge. When they feel like, oh man, this guy really cares.
That's right.
And it makes
And you can't fake that, you know what I mean?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
They tell if you're genuinely interested or if you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever, you know.
Exactly.
They know. I
Yeah,
mean,
they do.
Many people are instinctive.
And I find that out with, you know, with politics, with people that are upset with government or a situation that they're in, and you know, they just want someone to pick the phone up and call them right back and say, hey, oh, hey, wow, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always tried to do when I served as a legislator. I put my cell phone out there, my all my personal stuff out there. A lot of legislators are going like, why do you put that all out there? I go, well, people want to get a hold of you. I mean, if you're a servant, then you got to pick the phone up.
That's right.
And you can either be a politician or you can be a servant.
Yep.
That's one thing I learned from my grandmother. Just serve people.
I took a lot of heat running. I was hammering on politicians, you know, being private sector my whole life.
Yeah.
And they get upset at me. And I said, look, I'm not knocking you personally. What I'm saying is my definition of a politician is a self-servant. Somebody that went probably with good intentions to be a public servant, all of a sudden they become a self-servant.
Yeah,
that's
so
a politician,
true.
and that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And Dale, I can tell you, you're a humble person. You know, you're rooted, you're grounded in this community where you grew up. You love the state of Maine, and I know you do a tremendous job representing us in Congress.
Sean, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all you've done and for this economy and the businesses you've built, running for governor. You know, I wish you was there.
I think there's probably a few Mainers that are thinking that right now.
I think a lot of them are wishing that.
Myself included.
Yeah,
I really know we can do
we got a mess and
better, a different job.
Takes a problem solver, a business guy.
And a collaborator.
Oh,
you know, you hear from the
Shut everybody down. You can't say this person can stay open, but this person's going to close down. Your business is not essential. Everybody's business is essential to them.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly that everybody's business is essential because the Constitution says it is. We're a free people. This is America. We can't pick and choose who can be free and who can't. You know, with Janet Mills being the former Attorney General, I'm sure that when she went to law school, she had to learn something about the Constitution. So I guess my question is, where can she show me constitutionally that she can shut these businesses down? She can't, but we can show her constitutionally where she doesn't have the right to do it, and that we have the right to open our businesses, my own businesses. I'm a businessman. We have the right to open them up and have free commerce, have people make a living, people come to work. And you know what? We also have the right, if we don't want to go into that business because we feel unsafe, you also have that freedom and that right to not go into the business also. But we ought to make it so that people have well, let's just go back to the freedoms we already had. We got to open up Maine today. The 14-day quarantine is unconstitutional. That needs to stop. All your tourist industry and businesses are being hurt. And so I'm here wholeheartedly as a businessman and as someone that wants to make a difference in supporting them. And I want to just thank you guys for the stand you've made. This has been incredible because you're giving the rest of us the boldness to be able to open up despite the unconstitutional orders from the government. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you.
Well, I've heard from Mr. Zimmerman, to say the very least, and I also have heard from a number of guides in the Greenville area. Because of the 14-day quarantine, one young man guides out-of-state people to take pictures of moose, and they aren't going to come up here and stay 14 days before they go and get a 2-day guide trip, and he's lost all his business. The sporting camps are hurting bad, very badly, because of the same thing. And I guess if anything, I'd like to see the 14-day thing end, but I also would like to see Dale Crafts elected to Congress.
I think one of the things that's very important to point out is that all of the small businesses, or nearly all of them, at the beginning of this, when things were unknown or less known, were more than willing to step up at the plate. They do not want their customer base to be injured or sick in any way, and somehow this has evolved into an all or nothing argument. Yeah. And I think most of us are here to say it doesn't have to be all or nothing. We can do both. We can open up businesses in a safe manner, but let's be consistent. For instance, a movie theater should be able to operate if Walmart can operate, as long as distancing and those safe practices take place. So let's not pick out between church and Hobby Lobby as to where you can go. Let's decide the behaviors and say go where you wish to go.
I would like to add this is I had the privilege when I served in the legislature with Representative Stearns and my good friend here, Paul Davis. We went into, well, he got elected in 2008 back into the House when I did, and we became really good.
We have the Bible, we have the Constitution. That's the only restrictions we need. I'm so sick and tired of hearing, I can't do this, I can't do that. I love people. God gave me the love for people. I'm operating the same way now I did 4 months ago.
Today we're going to have a little fun doing a little skeet shooting. And I got one of my favorite guns out here today. It's a Weatherby featherweight. It's only like, I think 6 or 6.5 pounds without ammo. And the reason I got this gun is because I like to do a lot of partridge hunting, go up north in the North Maine woods. And I find with a 410 sometime it doesn't reach out in case you get some skittish birds in the road. So I went and bought this because this has got a little bit more whomp than a 410. And being a paraplegic, the heavier the gun, the more it makes me want to lean over. And this thing doesn't weigh anything, so I can bring it right up and handle it really well. And it shoots some sweet, I can tell you that. So this is a Weatherby 28 gauge featherweight. So we'll show you if I can hit a skeet or not. Now, that could be the next challenge, whether I can actually hit one, but I think I can. So we'll give it a try, thanks. And I just want to say, just give you an update on the lawsuit that I talked about last time we were here. They are changing the lawsuit now into a class action suit. I had 110 businesses get a hold of me. A lot of them just crying out, asking what I can do to help. So we compiled a list, and there's many other, Ray Richardson, many other people got lists that are going to be filed with the lawsuit that's already been filed to send a message that all these people are being affected, and we agree, and they ought to have compensation, and they ought to be helped. The other thing I'm going to say, I'm making it short, this land that we're sitting on, this state that we have, is not the governor's, it's ours. We pay the taxes. Our founders came here and died for us. Our veterans died for us to keep this freedom. We pay the bills. They don't pay the bills. She's breaking the Constitution. Everything she's doing is illegal. This has got to stop. This is what I challenge you to do. May 30th. Bring 10 more people with it. If we all do it, it'll be huge. Thank you. Thank you, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
My name is Dale Crafts, and I'm glad to be here today. And I am running for Congress, the 2nd Congressional District. And it's great to be here and with our former Governor Paul LePage.
Yeah, and I'm Paul LePage, former governor of the state of Maine, and I endorsed Dale Crafts very early on in the campaign. And I believe that his work experience, his life experience.
I'm going to back up. So what are we, go ahead, let me know when you're rolling. Good? What are you doing here, Dale? Bigger the better, right? It all works. Somebody's grilling Adrian over there. Smooth, Sean, yeah. It's good to see you.
Counties tomorrow, and that would be huge. And then these other 3 counties that have more cases of the coronavirus, we can put safeguards into businesses. One thing I know about businesses, they want to go back to work, and they'll be creative and they'll be safe. They don't want their customers getting sick. You know, if you read the Constitution, you read the First Amendment, there is no emergency exceptions for the Bill of Rights. It's just not in there. And if we don't get back to the Constitution and what made this country so great and so powerful, we're in trouble. So tomorrow, we are filing a lawsuit against Governor Mills, and I'll be one of the plaintiffs. And like I said, this is not what we've wanted to do, but this is something we have to do because we got to get Maine open back up. We are going to have more lives lost. We're going to have families I believe there's going to be 20% of the businesses that will never, ever open back up. You know, when I was in business and started business, and I'm a businessman from Lisbon, my family, I come from a family of businesses, and I used to take equity lines out sometime against my house to open up a business. These people that have done that, not only are they going to lose their business, they're going to lose their homes. And there's going to be bankruptcies. It's a terrible thing what happens when that takes place. So tomorrow, we'll be following that lawsuit as a plaintiff, and it'll be based on the Constitution. It'll be based on stopping the commerce for coming into this state. I have had hundreds and hundreds of people notify me that they
Following the detestable practices of the nations the Lord had driven out before the Israelites, he rebuilt the high places his father Hezekiah had destroyed. He also erected altars to Baal and made an Asherah pole, as Ahab, king of Israel, had done.
down, go in the refrigerator to get out my morning drink. Actually, I start off with cinnamon. This is stevia. Chia seeds. Collagen. Dates. They got the seeds in them, so I got to take the seeds out. This keeps my brain working. Got to keep my brain sharp. This one is now, if you ask me what all this stuff does, I'd have to look it all back up again because I have too many things I put in here. Whoop, that one's open. Chia. No, these are sesame seeds. Somebody told me that if you eat enough of them, it brings your color back in your hair. Well, I've been doing it for 7 years. There's no color in my hair, it's all white. This is made by LaJoy up in northern Maine. Beet powder. Pumpkin seeds. Now this is hemp seed. A little bit of ginger. I don't put too much in because it's pretty strong tasting. But I actually do make it so that it actually tastes pretty darn good. Because if you drink it every day, it's got to taste decent or you get sick of it. Almost there. Let's grab a handful of these. That is gobi fruit. And this is flaxseed. I like putting a lot of flaxseed in there. Keep me good and healthy. A lot of this stuff is just full of antioxidants. Okay, let me get all this back in here. Organic baby spinach. Good handful of that. Organic pineapple, strawberries, and mango. Chunk of banana. And this is basil. You gotta have a little basil, because basil is really good for you. You gotta have some good old Wyman, Maine blueberries. You can't go without a few blueberries. And then avocado, because you gotta get your good fats. I'll throw a handful of avocado in there. And then a little bit of this, which is your triple berry blend organic. Now, part of my problem is I usually make too much. Just to give it a little bit. I don't want too much juice. I drink a lot of this. This comes from Ricker Hill Orchards, Jeff Timberlake. It's vinegar with the mother in it. Vinegar is really good for you, so you got to give that a little bit of vinegar. There's breakfast. Breakfast to be served. Now this is the best one. See, a piece of Jerusalem. Today we're going to have a little fun doing a little skeet shooting. And I got one of my favorite guns out here today. It's a Weatherby featherweight. It's only like, I think 6 or 6.5 pounds without ammo. And the reason I got this gun is because I like to do a lot of partridge hunting, go up north in the North Maine woods. And I find with a 410 sometime it doesn't reach out in case you get some skittish birds in the road. So I went and bought this because this has got a little bit more whomp than a 410. And being a paraplegic, the heavier the gun, the more it makes me want to lean over. And this thing doesn't weigh anything, so I can bring it right up and handle it really well. And it shoots some sweet, I can tell you that. So this is a Weatherby 28 gauge featherweight. So we'll show you if I can hit a skeet or not. Now, that could be the next challenge, whether I can actually hit one, but I think I can. So we'll give it a try, thanks.